Hey guys, John DePass here from High End Fitness. I'm just going to do my afternoon workout now. I'm going to start off with a little bit of hamstring and glute work. A lot of the ladies that I like to work with often like to include hamstring and butt work and hip work into the workout. Here's a great little hamstring, butt, glute workout for you. The hamstrings, they run down the back of your leg. There's three major hamstrings running down the back of your leg. They connect, they insert on the lower part of your leg, so like right behind your calves, your tibia, your fibula. That's where the muscle kind of inserts into the bone, and it comes way up and inserts again on your hip. So, you know, it's a very important muscle for people that have any lower back pain. So if you have lower back pain, a lot of the time it's tight or weak hamstrings that are contributing to it, or one of the contributing factors. Your tight or weak hamstrings that connect to the pelvis, the bottom of your pelvis, can create a rotation in your pelvis and put your body out of alignment. Tight hip flexors can do that. Weak erectors can do that. Tight chest muscles can cause improper positioning of the pelvis as well too. It's not only hamstrings, but hamstrings are one of the key elements to making sure that your posture is in the correct order and that your body is operating properly and pain-free. So I always like to include some hamstring work, especially in the warm-ups, especially to start off my workouts, and the ladies love to get hamstring and glute work into their workouts. So here is a super hamstring workout you can do at home with very little equipment. All I'll be using today is a Swiss ball, a black mat here, and the clock to keep me on time. And I'm just going to start off with a leg, kind of a hip extension at the leg there, just by extending a single leg. This way I'm warming up my glutes, I'm warming up my hamstrings. It's not really aggressive. It's a gentle warm up, but at the same time it's causing me to challenge my balance a little bit. And whenever you're balancing, your core is getting involved. And we always want to draw our core muscles, all of our core muscles, into our workouts. We always want to use as many muscles as we can when we're working out. The more muscles we use, the more calories we're burning, so the more effective that workout is becoming for our goal to reduce body fat. My next exercise, I'm going to continue with warming up my hamstrings, just lifting one leg at a time, but just down in a supine position, or just resting my belly on the ball. So now I'm not balancing, but it allows me to focus more clearly just on that glute and hamstring. So just lifting. If you want, you can add intensity here just by putting like some ankle weights on, 5-pound, 10-pound ankle weights, just lifting back like that, working on isolating those glutes a little bit. So we can do, time 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. That's how I'm doing it today, so I don't have to worry about counting repetitions. But you could do 15 or 20 or 30 or 50 repetitions if you like. You can just take these exercises and adjust, the number of repetitions for you, or the amount of time that you're going to do them for you. Like I'm just doing 30-second intervals today so that you can see the exercises. But if you wanted to stay and work on those exercises for a minute, or for more repetitions, you could definitely get more work done by spending more time in tension or by adding resistance, like I said, by adding ankle weights to add some additional resistance. So that's the double leg version of that hip extension there. Going further, we can continue working on those glutes and hamstrings and extending this way, pressing down my heels into the ball. I'm also working on those hamstrings and those glutes and those low back muscles. I'm warming up all along the back of my body there. I can feel those muscles starting to get a little hotter back there. Blood flow starting to move to that area. I can even probably lose my Superman hat, starting to warm up. So from there, we can do a one-legged version of that exercise. Hip extension with one leg in the air. So now I'm carrying my body weight with one leg. Notice that I've kind of choked up on that ball a little bit to make it a little bit easier on the back of my knee. If you find you want to make it more challenging, just push your ball a little further away and carry your weight with, your entire leg. And if you find it's getting a little bit too much to carry your body weight with one hamstring, one glute, just choke up on that ball a little bit. Same thing on the other side, 30 seconds or a minute, or 15 or 20 or 30 repetitions on one side, and the same thing on the other side, pressing down with the hamstring and the glute to carry my body into the air with one hamstring. So those hamstrings, glutes starting to really warm up now. The next one, we're going to push back down into the ball, create that extension through the lower body there, and then add the hamstring curl. I try to keep my hips up the entire time that I'm curling the ball in. But if you need to take a rest at any time, you can let those hips come down. Give yourself a little breather. Really starting to feel those hamstrings now. Now here's a bent hip extension, a bent knee, hip extension off of that ball. I try to push myself right up onto my shoulder blades. Now if you wanted to, you could take those exercises and go through a second set if you really wanted to hammer down on those hamstrings. But there's a little Swiss ball hamstring glute hip workout for you. Great way to warm up your body, warm up your legs for your workout for the day. Or do a couple sets through that little circuit, make it into a full isolated hamstring glute workout. coming up to the end of the year. Happy New Year from High End Fitness, and I hopefully see you again on afternoon workout. Thanks.